Good morning, everybody. I'm Smitty Pignatelli. I'm proudly serve as a state representative for the 4th Berkshire District, and welcome to the 4th Annual Berkshire Nonprofit Awards. Sadly, we're here virtually again, but we're lucky to be in the Berkshire Innovation Center once again for the second year in a row due to COVID. But anybody who's not been to the Berkshire Innovation Center, please check it out. This place is unbelievable, and we're so thankful that they allowed us to use this facility again today. We also want to thank the Berkshire Eagle for once again stepping up and being our lead sponsor for this wonderful event. 2020 and 2021 have been a challenging year for all of us, to say the least. We've lost loved ones. Been a challenge for all of the nonprofits that we're recognizing today, and even the ones that are out there in our community each and every day. The troubles of getting the vaccine, which are no longer the case. So I encourage people, we have walk-in clinics now. You don't even need to make an appointment. Just show up, get your vaccines, get vaccinated for everybody's safety. Facts matter, vax matter. So please do your part. The nonprofit center of the Berkshires gave me some interesting statistics. 25% of our workforce here in the Berkshires work in the nonprofit sector. Not only that's only to say it's the third largest industry in Massachusetts, I would argue with anybody it's the economic driver of Berkshire County. So thank you all. We're recognizing a select few here today, but we thank you, all of you, each and every day for the great work that you do. You're doing such critical work, especially during these difficult and challenging times. We have an exciting lineup. It's a short season here today, 45 minutes or less, including a special message from our wonderful U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a performance by Music in Common, and a cash prize giveaway of $3,000 for one nonprofit drawn by my great friend and colleague, Senator Adam Hines. Don't say anything, but I also heard he's donating a brand new car. Keep that under wraps for right now. But it's my pleasure to introduce the lady who started all this, being a dear friend for a long time. 5 years ago, she had this dream of trying to pull the nonprofit sector together, and this is our 4th anniversary, but for 5 years, she's been working day and night to make sure the nonprofits are recognized here in the Berkshires. She's got the greatest name in Berkshire County, and a dear friend of mine, Liana Toscanini.
Thank you so much, Smitty, and for all you do behind the scenes to make this event such an inspiring day for all of us, and of course for all that you do all year long for Berkshire nonprofits. I want to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Mohicans. The Stockbridge-Muncie Community Band of Mohican Indians reside in Wisconsin, but they maintain a close connection to this area. A warm welcome to all of the nonprofit folks joining us this morning. I'm so proud of our sector. This past year, we put all our special skills to work and survived. It was and is exhausting, so in my mind, every single one of you deserves an award. You found ingenious ways to keep going. You fundraised like mad to make up for lost revenue, and you found silver linings all along the way, whether in technology or people. Our event sponsors also believe that it's important to celebrate and thank those working in the nonprofit sector. We are so grateful to them for making this celebration possible. They include the Berkshire Eagle, Warrior Trading, Berkshire Bank, Berkshire Taconic Community Foundation, Berkshire United Way, BlackRock Foundation / Donald C. McGraw Foundation, Feigenbaum Foundation, Berkshire Health Systems, Chase, the Jane and Jack Fitzpatrick Trust, Lamar Advertising, Lee Bank, Salisbury Bank, and the Williamstown Community Chest. Today, we honor 8 extraordinary individuals chosen from 98 amazing nominations by a panel of 18 exemplary judges. Congratulations to our deserving honorees, as well as their nominators and their organizations. I know that many of us have often thought about healthcare workers since March, when they bravely showed up to care for others, despite the unknowns and risks to themselves and their families. We will pay tribute to them today, but keep them in our thoughts and prayers every day. Thank you to NPC's own super staffer, Elizabeth Stone, the NPC board, our nonprofit advisory board, NPC members, and donors. Together, we have moved the NPC from concept to full-fledged support organization in just 5 years. And now I'd like to introduce Fred Rutberg, publisher and co-owner of the Berkshire Eagle, our major media sponsor and an award-winning publication.
The Berkshire Eagle is proud to be a co-sponsor of this event for the 4th straight year. It has been quite a year for all of us, and we've managed to get through it together. I'm reminded of some lyrics that Willie Nelson wrote. It's been rough and rocky traveling, but we're finally standing upright on the ground. With respect to myself, after taking several readings, I'm surprised to find my mind's still fairly sound. It's been a hard year, but we got through it because we got through it together. It was a great opportunity for the Eagle because we were able to demonstrate to our readership and to our community the value of quality local journalism. We've been able to bring to you the story of the pandemic, the stories behind the story, and now, fortunately, the stories of recovery and the story of the vaccination. Everyone who's being singled out today for praise has earned it and earned it over and over again. The reason we've made it through is because we've bound together as a community, and those binds have been made even tighter by the nonprofits that have gone the extra mile, stepped out beyond their limited purposes to do everything possible to help themselves and to help their neighbors. And as I say, the Berkshire Eagle is proud to be a co-sponsor of this event for the 4th straight year. Good luck to everyone who will be mentioned today.
Thank you, Fred. This program runs about 45 minutes and will be available for viewing after today on YouTube and public access television stations. Feel free to make comments in the chat box, especially notes of congratulations to the honorees as they are presented. And now let's get started with the awards presentation. Candace?
Good morning. I'm Candace Winkler, CEO of Berkshire United Way. For 97 years, Berkshire United Way has been at the heart of the Berkshires, partnering with nonprofits, donors, volunteers, and others to promote a dynamic, engaged community with opportunities for all. We are committed to supporting individuals and strengthening families where we live, work, and play. But most importantly, like many of you, Berkshire United Way is here for good. It is now my pleasure, on behalf of Berkshire United Way, to sponsor the Berkshire Nonprofit Award, and I'm honored to be able to present the Executive Leadership Award. The Executive Leadership Award honors a nonprofit staff leader whose strategic vision, passion, innovation, perseverance, and integrity have led to a strong record of extraordinary organizational results. And this year's honoree is Janice Broderick, Executive Director of the Elizabeth Freeman Center. Janice kept the shelter open even when many were closed across the state. She helped create the Money School to offer domestic violence survivors access to financial education. She made sure there were bilingual staff in every department. She motivates a very active board, and she participates in 8 community coalitions and task forces. I agree with her board president, Marie Paradise, when she said, when you meet Janice, you immediately see and feel her passion for social and racial justice. Congratulations, Janice.
So I want to ask you, what does it mean to you to receive this award?
So I think it means we have a fabulous team. Elizabeth Freeman Center is filled with people of passion and dedication, and it's at all levels, right? Staff, board, volunteers. And that's what it takes to do good work. So, you know, I'm honored by this award, but I think this award is really for all of us and for all the work that we do together. They just happen to make me look good, I guess. At Elizabeth Freeman Center, everyone is really mission-driven, right? The majority of us are survivors, so this work is kind of our life, and you rise to the occasion. We support each other. We've developed some teams around triaging and, you know, tracking hotline calls so that we don't miss someone. So it's really just been full steam ahead for all of us.
Good morning. I'm Allison Brigham, representing Lee Bank and the newly founded Lee Bank Foundation. At Lee Bank, we operate with a culture of purpose. Our intention is to empower employees, customers, and our community by delivering local banking with service, sincerity, and simplicity at all points of interaction. It's wonderful to be here today and to see so many familiar names and organizations recognized for their continued efforts, particularly during the past 14 months. I'm here today to present the Rising Star Award, a category that I've been fortunate to participate as a judge in for the past 2 award shows. The Rising Star Award honors a relative newcomer to the Berkshire nonprofit sector who has demonstrated the potential of making a significant impact on the community. This year's honoree is Michelle Lopez, the Executive Director of the Berkshire Immigrant Center. In 2019, at just 29 years old, Michelle Lopez moved to the Berkshires to become the Executive Director of the Berkshire Immigrant Center, having never before run a nonprofit. Over 2 years, with a cheerful, can-do attitude and calm presence, she has raised the profile of the organization, strengthened staff and structure, conducted strategic planning, and worked to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for struggling immigrant families during the pandemic. Kate Barton, co-chair of the Berkshire Immigrant Center Advisory Board, says of Michelle, "We did not know that she would also be guiding a complicated agency during a pandemic, and we could not have imagined that she would be such a stunning success at doing so."
I emailed my staff, my board, some of our core volunteers, and I said, is this correct? What happened? Did one of you nominate me? And they said, yes, one of us nominated you, and a board member and another staff member wrote letters of recommendation. So I just was brought to tears and really just very touched because I'm very new to the organization and to the Berkshires, and to just be recognized so early on when all of them have been there for so long and have done this work so beautifully for so many years was just very touching, and I'm very honored.
So what does this award mean to you?
This award means to me that I have been accepted into a community that I did not know I'd be accepted into so quickly, and I'm so grateful for that. I understand that the Berkshires for some can feel like it takes a bit to break into, and I'm just so grateful to the NPC and the rest of the nonprofit community for giving me the chance to be a part of it.
Good morning, I'm Peter Taylor, president of Berkshire Taconic Community Foundation, and it's a privilege to be part of today's celebration. First, I want to say how much the foundation's board and staff have been inspired by the resolve and the resilience of nonprofits around the region. Indeed, one of Berkshire County's core strengths is the depth of its nonprofit community, and its impact has never been as important than during this past year. Volunteer leaders serving on nonprofit boards are working tirelessly with dedicated staff to guide organizations through these extraordinary times. Thank you for your leadership and service. Berkshire Taconic has made a nearly $2 million multi-year investment in community engagement as one of our 3 core priorities. This work includes programming that supports and builds the skills of nonprofit board members. That's why we're honored to present this year's Board Leadership Award. The Board Leadership Award is given to a board member who demonstrates commitment to prudent use of all assets, provides oversights for activities that advance effectiveness and sustainability, ensures compliance with applicable laws and ethical practices, and serves on multiple committees.
This year's honoree is Marita Glott, president of the board of Barrington Stage Company.
Marita has served for 10 years and in the role of board president since 2014. Under her leadership, the budget has grown to $5.5 million. She oversaw the purchase of 2 buildings in Pittsfield, raising nearly $700,000 in just one weekend that included establishing an endowment for the organization. Her expert scenario planning and COVID-19 navigation helped Barrington Stage produce the first play in the country last year. And that production led to a surprise $1 million donation by a patron inspired by the theater company's resolve to keep the arts alive. Marita has also been a board leader focused on making Barrington Stage a more equitable, diverse, and inclusive organization. And toward that end, Marita recently raised $37,000 to provide minimum wage stipends in order to attract interns from more diverse backgrounds. As Barrington Stage Development Director and playwright Jessica Provence has noted, the hours Marita puts in for Barrington Stage are simply countless. Congratulations, Marita, on this exceptional award.
So board leadership, what an important function in a time like COVID. Can you talk to us a little bit how your organization made it through and what it was like, the challenges of COVID?
We're the first theater to produce an equity production in the country. And it gave us a lot of publicity. It was terrific. Our patrons appreciated it. I feel like I will spend most of the 2021 season thanking everyone for encouraging us and helping us get through it. Barrington Stage is the perfect vehicle for me. We do great theater, and great theater opens human connections. It makes people laugh together. It changes the world, you know, it motivates social change, gets people to talk. And I'm fortunate to be kind of a conduit to all of those things and to work with people, a board and staff that are really dedicated to Berkshire County, Pittsfield, and the arts.
Good morning. I'm Lori Gazzello-Kiley, Director of the Berkshire Bank Foundation and Berkshire County Regional President for Berkshire Bank. I'm so pleased to be with you this morning to support the Nonprofit Awards program. It's a program that we've been supporting for many years because it really supports and honors the unsung heroes that do great work every day in our community in so many organizations. I'm especially pleased to be presenting the Volunteer Award because at Berkshire Bank, volunteerism is a key piece of our culture. It's one of our favorite awards to present. The Volunteer Award honors the volunteer who has shown outstanding dedication to a nonprofit or multiple nonprofit organizations whose programs serve the Berkshire County community. This year's honoree is America Lopez, who volunteers approximately 1,000 hours annually for several organizations assisting immigrants, including BIO, VIM, Liderazgo Emigrante, and Latinas 413. Originally from Mexico, America is an inspiring role model, working tirelessly to support and help other immigrants overcome barriers. She was part of the group that pushed for the Work and Family Mobility Act to allow driver's licenses to all immigrants, and the group that advocated for additional interpreters in the Pittsfield public school system. We're so pleased to present this award today to America Lopez.
That the time has come for me to give back to the community, to this community, and especially to the people who is always been there for me. And I feel that there's this idea that us immigrants can give back, and that's a bit moving, but that's not gonna be the try. But I wanted to show that yes, we can give back. So that's why.
Amazing. And what is it about volunteering that feels meaningful to you? Like, what are some of the meaningful experiences you've had as a volunteer? Is there one that stands out to you as like really touching for you?
Yes, I think that getting to know so many people like from Latin America, and some of them have been here for a long time and they don't realize that there's all these opportunities and these things here in the community, and like trying to get them together or like connecting them and seeing that their lives it's a little bit better. I think that for me it's like very, very meaningful. So,
is there anything else that you would like us to know about you, or anything else you'd like to say?
Well, that I'm very thankful to receive this award. This means a lot to me, but it also I feel like this means a lot for the immigrant community. So thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Before presenting the 4 final awards, it's my pleasure to share with you a wonderful recording from Music in Common, a nonprofit founded in 2005 by Todd Mack in honor of his friend Daniel Pearl. Daniel Pearl was a Wall Street Journal reporter abducted and murdered by militants in Pakistan in 2002. Danny began his journalism career here in the Berkshires with the North Adams Transcript and the Berkshire Eagle. He believed, and Todd continues to believe, in the power of music to connect people. Music in Common repairs the fractures dividing communities worldwide. This song was composed in the Berkshires by Israeli, Palestinian, and Berkshire youth, and was recorded and filmed at Simon's Rock and Tanglewood.
shows us unity. We stand strong, no need to fight.
Two wrongs never make it right. Love and war, two separate doors.
I'll be the change I'm looking for.
So close your eyes, open your ears, listen to the sound of the music. Oh yeah, open your eyes and you will find you can change yourself if you open your mind. Oh yeah.
We'll bang our drums, let freedom ring.
We won't hold back, the truth will sing.
The time is now, we have no fear.
The change will bring.
People, let us change. People, let us be. So we can live. We want to fly, we want to be free.
So close your eyes, open your ears, listen to the sound of the music. Oh yeah, open your eyes and you will find you can change yourself if you open your mind. Oh yeah, so close your eyes, open your ears, listen to the sound of the music. Oh yeah, open your eyes and you will find you can change yourself if you open your mind. Oh yeah. We'll bang our drum, let freedom ring.
We won't hold back, the truth will sing.
The time is now, we have no fear.
The change will bring.
Be the change.
Be the change.
Be the change.
Be the change
Be the change
you want to see in the world.
you want to see in the world.
You
Want to see in the world.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Hello, I'm Aidan Gilligan, Vice President and Commercial Lender at Salisbury Bank. At Salisbury Bank, we have a commitment to support, sponsor, and volunteer in the communities that we serve. It is our pleasure to sponsor the Berkshire Nonprofit Awards, and we are honored to present the Samya Rose Stumo Youth Leadership Award. This award acknowledges individuals ages 17 to 27 who have contributed meaningfully to the Berkshire nonprofit sector, either through volunteer or paid work. This award is named after Samya Rose Stumo of Sheffield, who died in 2019 crash of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302. The 2021 Youth Leadership Award goes to Z Estime of the Railroad Street Youth Project. 5 years ago, at the age of 17, Z co-created the RISE program, which teaches high school juniors and seniors about the potential challenges ahead for adulting, college, job interviews, and more. The program includes one $20,000 scholarship annually and stipends for participating students to attend summer classes. The RISE program has been running for 4 years, impacting over 30 people who wouldn't have thought college possible. During the pandemic, Z stepped up as an intern to help craft virtual classes. Congratulations, Z.
What does it mean to you to receive this award?
Receiving this award means that I feel like Berkshire County is continuing to uplift our young people and remind us why we love it here. I think I can often get lost in the feeling like I'm not seen or cared for by folks in this community, especially as a queer person of color. And so this award feels like I'm seen in a way that uplifts me and empowers me. rather than takes advantage or extracts from me. And I really appreciate that. I've realized I live for regenerative change. And so what that means is, like, I don't fear change. I believe that we can shift and mold change in a way that feels really good on our hearts, and as a collective people with different races and classes and all of these boxes, like, we can come together. And so what helps remind me about that is Berkshire County and our mountains and our trees and our greenery. It helps remind me that we're a part of something much greater.
Good morning. I'm State Representative John Barrett of the 1st Berkshire District. It's my pleasure today to present the Super Staffer Award to someone I've known for a long time, Patty Messina. Patty is the Resource Coordinator and Office Manager of the Northern Berkshire United Way. Her boss, Executive Director Krista Collier, said of Patty, "She makes each and every person feel welcome when they walk through the door." Patty, however, is much more than just a charming person and a welcoming type of individual. She is a person behind the scene who gets things done. Patty Messina is an individual who isn't afraid to take on any challenge that may present itself. In the last 3 years, she's played an instrumental role in helping the Northern Berkshire United Way raise an additional $50,000 annually. Her caring and helpful attitude extends to the Northern Berkshire United Way's 20 members agencies as well. Patty is a most worthy recipient of this award.
I grew up in North Adams. Through the years, I've had to use several of the services of a lot of the agencies that we support. I'm on the board of directors for Be Fair. I have a brother who has Downs that is in their residential program. I've had to rely on BCAC for fuel assistance when I was a single parent with 3 children. There's been several aspects of all these agencies, and now it's my turn. I can finally do something to give back. I can be a part of it. It's the interaction. It's the community coming together for all types of reasons. It's going back to where I grew up. A little bit of everything.
Well, you're definitely a fixture in the community, and we're all so grateful for your ongoing work. So congratulations on this honor, and thank you again.
Thank you.
I'm Gwendolyn Van Sant, CEO and founding director of Bridge, a nonprofit dedicated to justice and equity in the Berkshires and beyond. I'm pleased to present the Nonprofit Center of the Berkshires Unsung Hero Award to Gabrielle Sensa. Over the years, I've had the honor to witness Gabrielle Sensa's work and how she's been fiercely committed to confronting social imbalances, injustice, and violence that keeps women and people of color and youth at the margins. Please join me in honoring her fierce feminine leadership as an artist and social activist. Congratulations, Gabrielle.
So what does this award mean to you?
All right, so that's a big one. That's exciting. I've been doing creative engagement, like engaging with people, creating artwork that allows for other people to participate in my work, in the work that I'm putting out there in the world. And they can write, they can share their story, they can make art related to it. I've been doing that since 2001. So this marks 20 years of doing that work. This is a big deal for me because it's the first award that I've received, the first recognition for that work. It breaks my heart when I see people who are not being recognized, who are not being respected, really, or honored, or even treated like a human being with rights.
Good morning. My name is Tricia Farley-Bouvier, and I'm the state representative for the 3rd Berkshire District. It is my honor and privilege to present this morning the Lifetime Achievement Award to Dennis Powell. A patriarchal figure in the community of the Berkshires, particularly for Black people, Dennis is a leader who speaks truth to power. He was nominated for this Lifetime Achievement Award by no less than 8 people, each of them who referred to Dennis as a friend. After a full career, Dennis is now in retirement. But in this retirement, he serves as the president of the Berkshire County branch of the NAACP, chairing the Freedom Fund Committee, and serving on the executive committee of the New England Area Conference of the NAACP. He also serves as vice chair of the Clinton Church Restoration Project and is on the Pittsfield Licensing Board, the Four Freedoms Coalition, the Greylock Community Development Advisory Board, the Railroad Street Youth Project Board, and the steering committee of the W.E.B. Du Bois Education Series in Great Barrington. Attending rallies and stand-ins, educating community leaders and school-aged children alike, Dennis shows up. He shows up consistently, even when he's busy, even when he's tired, even when others might shy away from race-related issues. He is described as calm, methodical, curious, patient, and the living body of democracy. Dennis listens to and values the voices of all, even those he may not agree with. Dennis has a deep understanding of broad injustices and the way that they affect different marginalized communities. He is a key partner of Berkshire Pride, the Berkshire Immigrant Center, the Elizabeth Freeman Center, and he's always advocating, always advancing the fight for justice. Dennis has worked hard with community police departments on reform and education, making sweeping changes to policing in Massachusetts. He has won many awards for his volunteerism, influence, and advocacy, including most recently the Massachusetts Black Excellence on the Hill Award. A valued mentor and role model to young people in the Berkshires, Dennis says, "Growing up without a father figure in my household, I was blessed to be part of a village where 4 men gave of themselves to father those who were fatherless. They were my role models. They shaped me into becoming who I am, which is why I am so invested in our youth." Dennis goes on to say that there are song lyrics that guide his daily life. "If I can help somebody as I pass this way, then I know that I am living my life not in vain." Well, Dennis, you certainly have lived your life helping others. It is with a great honor that we present you with this Lifetime Achievement Award. And I join with the entire Berkshire delegation in presenting you this citation from the House of Representatives, signed by Speaker Mariano, your state representative, and the entire Berkshire delegation. Congratulations, Dennis.
My grandson, for a project he had to do in school, was Martin Luther King celebration. And he had to pick someone who, in the community, reminded him of Martin Luther King. So he wrote, "My grandpa. My grandfather does the work that Martin Luther King did. The difference is Martin Luther King was a minister and my grandfather is a chef." I don't think I'm finished. I know I'm not finished, so I'm saying, well, why would somebody give me a Lifetime Achievement Award? Are they trying to tell me something? Do they know something I don't? But no, I felt that it's, wow. I don't go out every day doing what I do expecting something in return. So to find out that in a quiet way people are really recognizing you and your impact on community. I was a little teary-eyed. I was glad I was home by myself. To me, there's nothing more precious than our young people. And that's who I'm committed to. I always say I cannot do anything with an old mind, but I can shape a young mind. And AJ, I actually knew AJ when his parents bought the house right up from me off of Cole Avenue. So I've known the Anchels for quite a while. And just seeing him develop you know, and you know you've done something good, you know, when you see these young people who are our future, and they're our hope, and they are going to change the world. I really believe it. I put all my energy into that, and so blessed. That's all I can say. I just feel really blessed. And when I think of the number of times I left Berkshire County and ended up coming back, I now know there was a reason for all of that.
Congratulations, Dennis, and all of our honorees. A big shout out to our Breakfast Club donors. These are individuals and business supporters that appreciate all the ways the NPC supports nonprofits, especially the smaller organizations. Demand for our services has grown exponentially during COVID, and we need your help to keep up, frankly. With your support, we can continue providing over 20 programs and services to hundreds of organizations. If you're watching today, you can be a part of the Breakfast Club by texting 44-321 and entering code NPC 2021 to make a gift. We'll add your name to the donor roll on our post-event recording, which will be available on YouTube and public access television. Again, text 44-321 and enter code NPC 2021 to make a gift. You'll be supporting wonderful programs like Philanthropy in the Schools, educational trainings, the Giving Back Guide, and volunteer fairs. Join with us in celebrating and providing support for Berkshire nonprofits. Thank you.
And now it's time to pay tribute to our Berkshire County healthcare workers. How blessed are we to have a world-class healthcare system right here at home in the Berkshires. We're going to start this tribute with The COVID Tales by Sheila Cleary. COVID Tales, coming soon to Netflix, followed by a message from our wonderful CEO of the Berkshire Health Systems, David Phelps, and a very special message from no stranger to the Berkshires, our U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren.
I remember a gentleman in his early 70s with no significant medical history. We were asked to see him because his oxygen requirements were increasing. He was too sick for us, though, and had to be intubated and put in the ICU, and sadly, despite all the therapy we had, he died a week later. My dad was in Vietnam, and he talked about seeing surgeons having to decide who they'd save. I never thought I'd have to consider who to save. We didn't get to that, but it got close.
During the peak of COVID, there were more patients than staff at the hospital. One night, it was all COVID. Everything was not urgency, it was emergency. I could not come to a thought where I knew what to do. I had 4 lives on my shoulders, and I thought, I can't screw this up, but I can't even make a thought. Your mind flatlines. The hardest thing in the world is to look someone in the eye who can't catch their breath, and there's nothing you can do. You became a nurse to help them, and you can't help them. Their families call and they can't talk because they have no breath.
I believe the situation I have now, where they're going to take out my gallbladder, is a long-haul COVID symptom. Maybe there are latent things in our bodies that COVID has activated. The BMC nurses wrapped me up in warm blankets on my trips from test to test. I know some women might get upset about this, but just the fact that they'd call you sweetie or hun. It was a nice day the day I had to go to the ER, and there were lots of accidents. They kept apologizing to me for not being with me more. They were concerned with how long everything was taking while they were trying to save other people's lives. The staff at BMC are amazing.
On behalf of a grateful community, I'm honored to be here today to say thank you, healthcare workers, for all you've done to respond to the global pandemic. To the doctors, nurses, NPs, and PAs at our hospitals and elder care facilities, you've cared for your patients as if they were members of your own family. We thank you. To the hundreds of employees across the county who support direct caregivers, nursing assistants, housekeeping, engineering, infection control, and supply chain, just to name a few, thank you. To the healthcare workers who tested and analyzed lab results, to the public health nurses whose contact tracing helps to stop the spread of COVID in our community, to our emergency responders who always answer the call, thank you. And to the caregivers and volunteers who are working to vaccinate us all, your work gives us hope. We thank you. Healthcare workers of Berkshire County, you've been an inspiration to us all. You've met each challenge with dedication, compassion, and skill. You've been our community's greatest defenders during this public health crisis, and for that we thank you.
Hello, Nonprofit Center of the Berkshires and all of you who are here today. I'm sure sorry that I can't be there in person, but I'm glad to at least have the chance to say hello by video. I want to congratulate everyone who is being honored today, and I also want to say thank you for all of the wonderful work you do to strengthen communities in the Berkshires every single day. I also want to thank each and every public health staff person and essential worker for the incredible work that you do to combat COVID-19. I know, and America knows, that you continue to risk your health and your lives to protect all of us and to bring an end to this pandemic. I am grateful for your work, right down to my toes, and I hope that you feel the immense gratitude of the entire country because it's coming your way. Healthcare workers and nonprofit organizations like yours remain on the front lines of these public health and economic crises, and I want you to know that I won't stop fighting until you get the resources and the support that you deserve so that you can continue your work. To our frontline workers in the Berkshires and everywhere, the people who are working their hearts out, thank you for your service and for all that you do. You are an essential part of the fight against COVID-19, and your work makes a real difference in the lives of others. I'm glad to stand shoulder to shoulder with you. So thank you for inviting me to speak today. Thank you for all you do to make Massachusetts a better place to live through this crisis and beyond. I'm with you all the way.
Whew. Let's all just take a deep breath and reflect on how lucky we are to have such a good healthcare system, wonderful community participants, a wonderful senator reflecting on the important values that we all share in the Berkshires. We all work pretty close together in the Berkshires. The Nonprofit Center of the Berkshires is pull all the nonprofits together, work as a team. And it's my pleasure to introduce my teammate in the state Senate. Nothing happens in the Senate without the House, and nothing happens in the House without the Senate. And without this team effort and the attitude that we have in the Berkshires that we all have to be Berkshire to work together, nothing would be accomplished. Adam Hines has been my senator for the last 4 years. He's been a wonderful teammate, and he's going to draw the $3,000 cash award to one lucky nonprofit. This prize is made possible by our sponsors, and in particular, the Berkshire Taconic Community Foundation and the Feigenbaum Foundation. Take it away, Adam.
Thank you, Smitty, and hi, everyone. I appreciate the work that you're doing for this event today, Smitty. It's just such a pleasure to work with you. It's now been several years, and this year working with you has just kind of made it feel even more valuable. So thanks for what you're doing. Boy, oh boy, hi everyone. I just want to thank the Nonprofit Center and Liana. You do amazing work connecting the nonprofits in our region in any year, and this year we called on you to do more and more, and surprise, surprise, you stepped up, and thanks for this event today to recognize the amazing work that's taking place around the region. I just want to say that, you know, I'm so happy and impressed by the work that all of you have been doing. It's been an unprecedented year, and it required everyone to come together. And lo and behold, you have. And it's something that we can all be proud of, despite the challenges and the difficulties that we continue to work through. I just want to say that this also feels like an opportunity. It feels like we've now really seen where our challenges are, where our weak points are. Why is it that the structure of our economy, we have folks that are impacted incredibly, much worse than others, and what do we do about that? What do we do about our access to childcare and some of the fundamentals that have really been revealed and we need to do more on? And so this feels like an opportunity for all of us to lock arms as well. So thank you for everything that each of you are doing. And thanks to our sponsors for coming forward to fund the $3,000 that will go to a lucky nonprofit that we're going to draw right now. And this fishbowl has been under lock and key for hours and days, and nobody has seen it. So let's see who the winner is. Oops, we have two. Walnut Woods. Congratulations, Walnut Woods. We hope this drives your critical mission as you're in the startup phases and contributing so much to our families and our community.
Thank you again, Adam, and congratulations to Walnut Woods. Very well deserving, and I know you'll spend that money wisely. Good luck. If you were inspired by our honorees here today, their organizations, or the Nonprofit Center of the Berkshires, or want to just learn more, go to the website npcberkshires.org to learn more and how to get involved. I thank you all for being here this morning. I hope you found this uplifting and inspiring, and recognizing that we're doing some fabulous work here in the Berkshires, and we have wonderful people doing good things for all of us here at home. So I encourage you all to stay safe, stay healthy. We hope to see you next year live and in person, but in the meantime, let's all be Berkshire. Thank you very much.